I am pleased to be here at the inaugural session of the Indian Economic Summit organized by the World Economic Forum and the Confederation of Indian Industry. Your conference is taking place at an extraordinary moment in India's democratic history. Whatever is happening now is a sign of the vibrancy of Indian democracy. However, I would like to assure you that volatility in Indian politics will have no fundamental impact on the process of economic reforms in the country. The reform process has become irreversible. Indeed, my government has depoliticized the economic agenda. Your summits in the past have fostered constructive interaction between foreign and Indian business and with the government. They have also facilitated foreign business becoming familiar with India's efforts both to carry out internal liberalization and to integrate itself with the global economy. Since you met here a year ago, a number of new and decisive steps have been taken by my government to strengthen our economic fundamentals and improve the productive efficiency of our system. In the schedule of your meetings over the next few days, you would be interacting with some members of my cabinet, some distinguished businessmen, economists, and senior government functionaries. They would outline for you only what has been achieved during this period, but share their vision of the economic agenda for the coming months. In the last 9 months, my government has taken important initiatives over a wide gamut of economic issues which cover insurance, capital markets, information technology, housing and infrastructure, to mention a few para. The reform process initiated is wider and deeper than any comparable program earlier. Its multiplier effect would have long-term beneficial impact on the economic and social development of India. We also take some pride and satisfaction that given the turmoil in the rest of Asia and many other parts of the world, our macroeconomic fundamentals continue to be strong. They create new opportunities for private investment, both domestic and foreign. A GDP growth of well over 5%, inflation below the double-digit number, comfortable foreign exchange reserves, positive growth in agriculture, stable exchange rate management coupled with sectoral initiatives have reaffirmed the government to a policy of liberalization with suitable checks and balances. I have said so earlier and would reiterate today that there is no panacea to bring about high rates of economic growth here. Stop. Thank you.